Being self-aware doesn't make you evolved. Being self-aware and unchanged doesn't make you enlightened. It makes you comfortable. And in some cases, it makes you self-absorbed. Because awareness without action isn't growth, it's just observation. You're not attacking self-awareness, you're exposing the trap. Welcome back to the Marcus Elliott Show. I appreciate everybody watching and sharing. If you get any value out of this, please share it. And today we're going to talk about how self-awareness without change is just narcissism. And being self-aware without changing is just not where you want to be in life. The whole point of getting self-aware is to be able to change and become a better person. And so what is self-awareness? Self-awareness is knowing what your patterns are, your triggers, your habits, your wounds, your weaknesses, and everything that you can about yourself, and being comfortable about who you're with or who you are, and being comfortable about moving forward and getting into the growth pattern. That part, so those parts are valuable, necessary, and powerful. But here's the problem: self awareness has become a personality trait instead of a responsibility. People say, I know I self sabotage. I know I'm avoidant. I know my trauma. I know my attachment style. I know why I do this. And then they just keep doing it. They think it's like they're like that's what they attach themselves with. That's part of their identity. And it's not your identity. It's your job is to try and fix it. Like to not sabotage, not self-sabotage, not be avoidant, not live in your trauma. The point is to become so self-aware that you get away from self-sabotaging, and uh, if your trait is being avoidant, to become non-avoidant. And to get there, it's going to take a lot of work. You just can't just do it. Like, it just doesn't just show up one day. Like, while I'm walking down the street and be like, oh, look, there's my self-awareness. Like, it's not that way. And then to be able to recognize your self-sabotaging is one part of the puzzle, but then you got to move away from it to be self-aware and to take that action. Knowing you do something doesn't excuse continuing to do it. You got to step out. You got to change what you found out. Like if you're self-sabotaging, you got to change it and quit self-sabotaging. You, you, you know, I know why I do this. Then why do you do it? Then why do you keep doing it? Hear that a lot during, talking with people with nutrition and fitness. Well, I know I eat donuts all the time, so stop eating donuts all the time. So when does awareness turn into narcissism? This is where it gets uncomfortable. So self-awareness becomes narcissism when you constantly explain your behavior instead of correcting it. You're just constantly explaining over and over and over why you're avoidant or why you do the things that you do instead of trying to correct it. You lead with the wounds instead of your responsibility. Taking responsibility is the number one thing. You are responsible for everything you do in life. Doesn't matter if a car hits you, doesn't matter the way you grew up, doesn't matter who your parents were, you're still responsible for taking care of what happened to you and what's going on with you. You lead with you expect grace without effort. You want understanding without change. You center every conversation around your inner world, like it's all about you and not about anybody else, or I am doing this, or it's happened to me, me, and not taking responsibility. Like, well, if I need to change, then I need to do this, or I need help with this. I should ask for help, or just anything out there. It's not all just about you. And it becomes, this is just how I am. You have to accept me for who I am, or you have to accept me for what I do. I'm working on myself, but nothing is actually working. Self awareness that doesn't lead to change isn't growth. It's just self obsession. It's just meaning you're obsessed with yourself and you love the way everything's going for you at that point. Like you just don't want to change because you love that person you are. You're not ready to move on and accept the fact that it's not a good trait to have, that you just wallow in it. So why people get stuck in awareness mode? Awareness feels productive. Talking about growth feels like growth. When people just keep talking over and over. Like, you ever got those friends that you walk up to, and it's the same story over and over and over. Like, a lot of the times it's the same thing where, oh, I'm just so tired. Oh, I'm just this. And you're like, oh my gosh, you got to change at some point. Like, at some point in time in your life, you can't be tired. You can't be tired all the time. Or you can't just always be doing the same thing. Awareness gets applause, and insight gets validation. Action gets resistance. Awareness avoids risk. Change requires discomfort, failure, and humility. Awareness protects identity. If you stay aware, you never have to confront inconsistency. The hard truth is that awareness is safe, change is threatening. So you got to threaten yourself sometimes to make the change and get out of that, that awareness mode, and you know what you need to do. So go out and do it. So what's the hidden cost of staying aware? People who stay stuck in awareness, they damage relationships, they repeat the same cycles. We all know those people. It's always the same thing over and over and over and over. Burn out the people around them. The people are just going to quit hanging out with you, just keep saying the same thing over and over and complaining about the same thing. You definitely lose credibility, and you stop trusting yourself. They just stop trusting themselves because they've let themselves down so many times and never move forward. And you don't lose trust when you mess up. You lose trust when you know better and don't do any better. So your growth isn't measured by what you know, it's measured by what you've changed. So the theme of the day is definitely change where you're at from today. How are you going to make the change? We already know what most of us have issues with. So the thing that we need to do is figure out how to make the change, or what real growth actually looks like. Real growth is quiet, it's messy, it's uncomfortable. It looks like apologizing without explaining, setting boundaries you used to avoid, breaking patterns even when it hurts, choosing discipline over emotion, being consistent when nobody's watching. Like, going back to choosing discipline over emotion, every one of us doesn't want to wake up and doesn't want to get out of bed. Most everybody doesn't want to get out of bed and go work out. Or they get off work and they don't want to go work out. They just want to go back, sit on the couch, or do something. But the discipline is what sets you apart from everybody else. Discipline gets you the results that you're looking for. The emotion is going to tell you to quit doing it. Like, nah, you don't need to do all that. The discipline is going to push past that emotion and get you to where you need to be. So real growth doesn't announce itself. It just shows up in your behavior through discipline and through action and repeated amounts of discipline over small values of time and big values of time. It's just what keeps it going. So how do you move from awareness to change? First, you got to replace the insight with action. Every realization should be followed by a behavioral shift. Stop explaining and start executing. Explanations keep you stuck. Action moves you forward. You got to measure your growth by evidence. What's different in my behavior? What habit changed? What boundary did I reinforce or enforce? Reinforce and enforce. Ask those 3 questions and you'll get a whole bunch of different answers. Most of the time, you won't even see the different behavior. It just kind of takes form. And same with the habit. Like, the next thing you know, you're like, oh, I'm not drinking anymore. So then you got to let other people hold you accountable. Growth requires mirrors, not applause. Have your friends, have your coworkers, have your spouse, like anybody that can hold you accountable. Do not get mad at them when they do hold you accountable. Don't make excuses for it. Like, they say, man, did you work out today? No. Why not? And then you go into the excuse. Don't go into the excuse. Just be like, I know I should have worked out. I'll work out tomorrow. Accept discomfort as the cost. If it doesn't cost you comfort, it's not real growth. The discomfort is where you need to live. It's where you need to be to make the changes that are necessary to get you onto the path of self-awareness. So ask yourself this honestly. What do I know about myself that I've done nothing about? What do I know about myself that I've done nothing about? Pick one pattern, one habit, one behavior, and change it. Not perfectly, but intentionally. Because awareness without change isn't wisdom, it's just information. Don't just understand yourself, become someone better because of what you understand. And I appreciate everybody listening and watching. Hopefully this got you thinking. about where you're at in your self awareness journey. And that's the pod. I appreciate everybody. Thank you.